welcome back to my second part of the 1985 installment, and, like in the last year, with more obscure and unusual gaming concepts. One of them gave me even nightmares as I was a kid, but fascinated me at the same time. What title, you may ask? Just sit back and discover purely Commodore 64 greatness, creativity, and imagination. Oh, speaking of nightmares and things, this game had literally gave me some as I was a kid. But besides from that, Scarabeus, or known in the United States as Invaders of the Lost Tomb from Andromeda Software, delivered an excellent combination of adventure, puzzle game, and atmospheric first-person exploitation. You are on the quest for the Scarabeus, the fabulous emerald jewel of the Pharaoh, and have to explore a tomb with 3 levels full of bizarre and dangerous hazards. And if this isn't enough, you were bitten by a spider and have to find an antidote before you die. Every level of Scarabeus contains many different tasks you have to solve. In the first level, for example, you have to collect 9 ghosts to gain hieroglyphs, which you have to use in the later levels to solve puzzles and more. But thanks to the map you activate by pushing the joystick down, you should find them without any problems. If you press the fire button, you can see all the hieroglyphs you have collected. If you have all 9, go to the elevator on the lower middle of the map and proceed to the next level. While the first level is pretty easy to master, the real challenge awaits you in the next one. As a kid, I had no idea what to do, where to go, and wasn't prepared for anything like this. Holy shit! Notice that this was long before Unreal and Doom, and the heart-stopping moment I got was just defining for a 9-year-young Commodore 64 gamer like me. But never mind, it took me some years, including English lessons, to figure out what to do. You have to use the hieroglyphs in the colored niches to gain the right antidotes as well as the right zombie traps. But every time you stand in front of them, a giant spider wants to chase you, so you have to be very fast with your decisions. One of the niches also contains the key of the Pharaoh, and if you got it, go to level 3, where you have to solve more puzzles, avoid zombies, and hopefully find the treasure. Scarabeus was not only one of the most complex, but also one of the most atmospheric and innovative games back in 1985. The 3D graphics of this game were great for its time, and the music and sound effects were giving you chills to no end. Puzzle gamers, as well as adventure fans with nerves of steel, should definitely check out this great game. And what is with you? Are you there enough? The next game takes you far away from tombs and scary creatures into the funny world of Gribbly. In Gribbly's Day Out from Houston, you control the no-armed, one-footed but strangely cute beast from Blobgar, Gribbly, and have to save a certain numbers of Griblets in each level. By transporting one after another in caves, you gain Psi energy to refresh your health bar, and believe me, you will be thankful for that. You can switch between bouncing on the ground to collect the Griblets and avoid getting hit, or fly by pushing up the joystick to reach higher areas. But once you're flying, obstacles like dangerous dots and many different creatures can harm you. If you press fire button when an enemy is in front of you, you're shooting bubbles at him. Some of them can be killed, some can't. Gribbly's Day Out is, like many Commodore 64 classics, a good example what gaming of this era is about. Easy concepts, but challenging levels. Houston's classic can be compared with games like Shoplifter or Defender, but only cuter and funnier. And also even more challenging. Controlling Gribbly during his flight requires concentration and fast reactions. But once you're into it, it works just great. The animation of the sprites were very fluid and nice to look at. But the background graphics are, even for 1985, pretty boring. The scrolling is very smooth, so following everything on the screen shouldn't be any problem. The sounds are very minimalistic, but not annoying either. If you look for a challenging and cute game with an interesting gaming mechanic, give Gribbly's Day Out a try. Do you people still remember the Tamagotchis? You know, those little LCD pads you have to feed, play with them, and even saw them dying? Man, I remember how all those little girls and teens cried about the death of that pixelated life. But while others were crazy about that fast-lived pet substitute, we Commodore 64 gamers had back in 1985 something more interesting. Little computer people from Activision showed us the life in every single Commodore 64 in form of a little person in his house who wanted nothing more than attention. By typing requests like, "Please play piano for me," "Please drink water," "Please go to your computer," you can not only give him orders, what he should do, but you also can interact with him. Playing card games is just one example. And the more you try, the more you can explore in the house. But keep in mind that your person sometimes may not respond when you're typing a request. Like a person in real life, it depends on how he feels at the time. And adding please helps a lot. Being polite and friendly is the key to keep his mood constant. Sending food is also important to keep your little person alive. Little computer people showed us back in 1985 live inside the Commodore 64 and simulated an interesting, funny and fascinating situation which wasn't free from critics. Many so-called experts and game critics were kinda disturbed about the obscure form of gaming and even called little computer people a torture house. But beyond all the skeptical thoughts, Little Computer People was and still is an innovative experience which was far ahead of its time. And believe me, without Little Computer People, there were no Sims and no Tamagotchi. My opinion? Highly recommended. I have a question. Do you think that all budget titles were just half-assed and rushed games for a quick and easy buck? Well, Human Race from Mastertronic was one of those games which should change many people's minds. The plot of this game is, well, like the title says, the human race. You start as a monkey in chapter 1 and have to reach the biggest banana. After that, you're avoiding fireballs by dodging them and jumping on moving platforms. Then you have to use a log to crossing a river and avoiding crocodiles. Then you use a no-go meter to get to the other side and avoiding a spider. After that, the human race starts. Literally. By running away from fate and avoiding all obstacles as good as possible, you have to reach the year 2000 AD and then the epic ending. If you ask me, that's pretty epic for a budget title. And Human Race is everything but easy. No joke. Only 5 chapters, but they were hard as nails. But the great music from Rob Hubbard keeps your mood up. The graphics were also nice to look at. If you look for a real joystick killer that wants you to try it over and over again and delivers a unique plot with crazy ideas, great music and good graphics, join the Human Race. Your skills could probably save you, gaming, and maybe mankind. Thanks for watching and see you soon.